What's up, everybody? Keith Allen here.
And I'm Felicia Marie.
And we are your hosts of the Santa Fe Film Festival.
Let's check out who we have on the red carpet today.
Let's do it. All right, we're here with Brett Wagner, the director of The Big Band and writer. Brett, how are you today?
I'm great. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. How does it feel to have The Big Band as an official selection here at the Santa Fe Film Festival?
I'm really thrilled. It's been wonderful. I had never been to Santa Fe before. Obviously, it's a movie that sort of takes place out west, and so it feels like a really appropriate venue for the film. And we had a great screening.
Absolutely. And Keith, for those that haven't seen the film, can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, it takes place in the West Texas desert. It's about two families that are getting together for a reunion after not having seen each other in a few years. And both families have a crisis going on that they don't want to share with the others just for the sake of the trip. And then on a hike, one of the children in one of the families goes missing, just wanders off. And that emergency kind of pulls the lid off of everything that these families are going through, and it all comes spilling out in chaotic fashion.
Where did you find the inspiration for the film?
A not dissimilar vacation that I actually took with my producer's family. He's from Texas. At the time, we lived in Los Angeles, and we'd known each other for many years. He had this place out in West Texas that he'd just gotten. We had a vacation down there together, and the most dramatic things that are in the movie did not happen, but dozens of the smaller, strange, sort of magical things that happen in the movie did happen. And I just felt like I've got to make a movie that captures this experience of being out here with a family in the desert.
And you know, you did exactly that. It was a really beautiful ensemble piece. Can you tell us a little bit about the casting process and what it was like to have such a huge cast? And I know you're quite familiar with a few people in the cast.
Yeah. So I wound up, so there are 8 leads, ultimately, 2 families of 4. The adults are all very well-established TV and film actors. The lead is Jason, nominally the lead is Jason Butler Harner from Ozark, but Virginia Cull, Erica Ash, and Dave Sullivan have also, just been in a million things. They're all tremendous actors. But when it came time to cast the kids, I very quickly found 2 really experienced young sort of Hollywood acting brothers, but I could not find anyone to play the daughters of Jason Butler Harner and Virginia Cull, and I wound up casting my daughters. They were who the characters were based on. A lot of the lines that they say in the film are straight out of life, things they actually said, and so I just read them one afternoon after a frustrating, LA casting session, and I found that they were just, they had the knack. They'd never done any acting before. I sent the tapes to my casting director and my producer and some friends that I knew would tell me if I was wrong, and they were really terrible. But sure enough, they've got that skill.
Well, it was well done, and they totally have the knack. And did you actually lose your daughter at one point?
I changed that. It was actually one of the boys that wandered off, which also happens in the film. But in the film, a boy wanders off, and the search leads to the girl wandering off. So that part was fictionalized. But I'll tell you, even though that kid, my producer's son, was only missing for about 45 minutes, it was terrifying. Because you're out in truly the middle of nowhere, like the nearest city is El Paso, 300 miles away. There's no cell service. The sheer amount of land and the sheer amount of dangerous things in that land is just crazy. So even a few minutes of not knowing where your child is enough to make me think about what would it be like if that lasted longer.
Well, yeah, that's total high stakes throughout the entire film, and everything was beautifully shot. Great cast, great writing, such a great film. What do you have on deck for? What do you see for the future of this film and for you as a filmmaker?
So we've got more festival dates coming up. And we're still looking for distribution. But I'm also putting together the next movie, which coincidentally also takes place in Texas. I've never lived there, but somehow I keep being inspired by that landscape. And this one, we're partially financed right now, and hopefully we'll be shooting. I'd love for us to be shooting later this year.
Excellent. Yeah. Brad, congratulations on an incredible film, and enjoy the rest of your time here at the Santa Fe Film Festival.
Very much. Appreciate it.